Hello my lovely angels, this is your girl Sim back with another episode of the Sim Squad. Hi! So now that we have Beauty World Middle East done and dusted, it's all behind us now. I really had fun. Although I was planning to go only for one day, like day one, I had a lot of malfunctioning, a lot of problematic equipment. And because it's so crowded over there, because it's like, you know, especially in day two when I went there, because I was not happy with some of the filming I had done, so I was like, you know what, I'll just go there again. Plus I had so much fun on the first day, so I was like, you know what, let me just go on the second day. And then things started like going south. And of course, my body just caved because it's a lot of walking, it's a huge space. I filmed a bit, which I think I have posted before this video. So if you've not seen that, just see it. It's not a very big video. It's probably going to be like 10-15 minutes, I'm assuming. But I saw so many new perfumes. I'm like, just, you know, you don't realize how many perfumes release, because if it's like few of them release every month, you're like, okay, a few of them are releasing. But when you see all their planned releases, like for the next few months, all of a sudden together in one place, you're just so overwhelmed. Plus, like, there's some which were like really, really good. And I'm so excited to receive them or buy them or, you know, somehow like film it for you, because there's so many new ones, especially like from Khadlaj. Khadlaj has like an entire range planned, couple of ranges planned, and they all are going to release like really, really soon. So I'm very excited about that. So today I have a set of 5 PR perfumes. As promised, I will always mention to you if I receive a PR, if it's bought by myself or if it was gifted. These were all gifted. One of them I already reviewed for you, but I had not done a good job because I was just too excited to share it, which was the Musk Amber. I will do it again, but let me do this last. Let me start first with the Swiss Arabian ones. So I went to the stall of Swiss Arabian because I really wanted to try the tobacco especially. I had already ordered the Vanilla Toffee, unfortunately, and then they gifted me this perfume. Everybody actually who was going to their stall, who was filming and stuff, they were giving them like a PR bag, and they also gave me a full brand new bottle of Opulence of Dubai. So I don't have to buy a backup bottle now, so I'm very happy about that. And they've given me a sample of their Heritage collection and their Shaghaf Oud, which I already did for you. As a matter of fact, after this review, probably I'll do a revisit to all the Shaghaf Ouds, you know, so that, because you guys know I collect them, right? So without any further ado, here you have your Toffee Vanilla. It's in the typical Shaghaf Oud box. They don't need to change anything about it. This thing is literally like, you know, when you buy jewelry, you know, especially in Dubai, when you buy jewelry, it comes in like very beautiful boxes like this. They're very like hard and like velvet velvet lined, and this one literally feels like when you take it in your hand, it feels luxurious. You just know it's like high quality. And of course the color, it's so unique. You know, the last time they came up with the Shaghaf Oud Tonka, and we already felt like that color was like so unique. That's probably my favorite color out of all of them, you know. So this one is like more of a yellow gold, and not sure what you call this color. Is it amber? No, it's not amber. Okay, anyhow, mustard? Yeah, it's mustard, right? So, of course, when I tried this over there in the stall, I was trying so many different perfumes. When I sprayed it, I was like, oh, it's like a proper toffee fragrance, right? But when I got it back home, I tried it a couple of times. I've not tried it like for weeks or something. It's just been a day or two. And let me tell you, there's something really odd about this perfume. Let's tell you from 0 to 1 minutes. You smell a very strong toffee note. It's literally, you take the toffee candy, put it in your mouth, and you know, you chew it, and then that thick juice happens in your mouth. The saliva becomes very, very thick with the juice, the caramelly toffee thing going on. After that, there's a period of this perfume which I personally do not like. But there's a period, okay? And that is from 1 minute to 5 minutes. It smells like, I've been trying to put my finger on it. It's something that smells either cough syrupy, but there's a very specific cough syrup that I actually hate it. But it smells like when you are trying to make a dark roast black coffee, I don't think anyone has ever tried to do that, or maybe you have, where you've burnt brown sugar and dark roast coffee powder together on a stove, and it's burnt to a crisp, and that residual smell in your house of that burnt coffee and sugar, that's the 0 to 5 minutes. Now that's the part I need to get through. And I was a bit stunned because when I tried it in the stall, it was so thick, gooey toffee vanilla. But when I came and tried it in the office, and I've tried it at home, and I was just a bit confused because even on myself in the show, something was smelling off and I was not sure what it was. I'll come to that later. But after that 5 minutes mark, this perfume, of course, it's Swiss Arabian. You have to expect something unique. They are not going to give us a basic perfume like toffee vanilla. They're not going to give us anything basic anymore. We need to, raise our expectations now with Swiss Arabian, that they're going to come up with the most complex, most sophisticated perfumes. And this is like not short of any of that, right? Let me first tell you the notes for this, because this perfume does come a little pricey. In UAE, it's being sold for $60. I'm assuming in other countries it's going to be around $70. The top notes are buttery coffee and Arabic coffee. The middle notes is walnut pastry, date milk, and vanilla and cardamom. And the base notes are Madagascar vanilla caviar, brown sugar, benzoin, tonka bean, musk, and woods. So it is definitely not your basic toffee vanilla, which I think everybody was expecting to just be something maybe that smells like Bianco latte or one of these new releases, but it doesn't smell anything like that. This is their own creation. After 5 minutes, what happens is that weird note I'm getting, like it's a very strange note, I can't explain it. It sobers down, and now what you have is your toffee and again ground Arabic coffee. And think of the Arabic coffee being a dark roast coffee. It's not like your mid or mild, it's a strong dark roast coffee. But the coffee note is not so prominent that it overtakes the perfume. So by no means you would think that this is like a coffee perfume. And then the other notes like walnut pastry, date milk, brown sugar, musk, all these all of them reveal themselves together. And there's like little hints of cardamom and tonka bean. It's not prominently tonka bean, or it's definitely not smelling like kahwa, because you're going to think, you're saying Arabic coffee and you're saying cardamom. Does it smell like kahwa? Think of it this way, that Arabic coffee by itself is different and kahwa coffee is completely different. Kahwa is a mixture of the Arabic coffee plus the spices, and that's what's kahwa. Arabic coffee is just pure coffee. It is, I guess, just Google it, yeah. So this is more of like that strong Arabic coffee with toffee, with your pastry, with your date milk, with sugar. It gets like sweeter. And then you have like a hint of tonka and a hint of cardamom. It kind of also smells like baklava, but it's not that sweet. Like if you've ever tried baklava, it's a sweet. It doesn't smell strongly of that, but I can, instead of, when they say pastry, because baklava is a kind of a pastry. So when they say like walnut pastry, I think what they're trying to say is the baklava, the walnut baklava. That's what I feel. I don't know, this is my interpretation. So it has a lot of layers. This perfume is not simply a toffee perfume. It's definitely not just like a vanilla perfume. Plus the vanilla in this is not your vanilla essence. This is the Madagascar vanilla. It's different. It's with the Madagascar vanilla, they specifically mentioned that because it just has a different feeling about it. It also has like a hint of some aromatic, 1%. They have not mentioned what that aromatic is, but I can smell some kind of like cold aromatic note over here. Not sure if it's vanilla, I'm not sure if it is lavender, but there is definitely some sort of aromatic in here. Now, if you can power through those 5 minutes, initial 5 minutes, I do like this perfume. But if you're expecting it to be a girly girl, cutesy toffee perfume, wrong. This is nothing like that. This is dark, mysterious, very sophisticated, and a very bold perfume as well. If you wear this, you're going to stick out. It's very high in the Middle Easternness. So you're going to stick out like a Middle Eastern person. No, it does not have oud. No, it does not have rose. It doesn't have any of those typical Middle Eastern notes like saffron and everything, or amber even. But it just gives out this very Arabic feeling to it. In a way, I'm happy that it's a non-generic perfume. It's not going to make you feel like you have way too many flankers of a toffee perfume. I've forgotten. I don't know. It was Bianco Latte and there was one more, right? I just can't put my finger on it. But yeah, it's not one of those. And also this is unisex leaning masculine. Yes, I know. This is just what I feel, okay? I know that this was expected by everybody, that this is going to be a girly girl perfume and it's definitely going to be for women. I do feel it's unisex. I will definitely be wearing this. Plus now this perfume is quite new, right? It's going to oxidize, it's going to mature, and then we're going to see like how it becomes. So I'm going to do a maceration update for this very, very soon, maybe in a month or so. But as of now, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. It is a very, very complex, it's a very good perfume. I just need to know if it's going to settle down and change a little bit, because there's like something that's bothering me. And I think if anybody smells this and if you know my taste, you will know exactly what I'm talking about, that bother note, you know. And maybe I'm perceiving it in a certain way. Maybe other people will not smell it, because perfumes, again, I'm repeating this as a disclaimer, it's very subjective, right? How it smells to your brain, how it performs on your skin, on your weather, your environment, plus your perception itself changes, especially for women, from your the period cycle, you know. So just be aware of that. Like, I'm going to take this out again finally in winter, because this is definitely a winter perfume. You cannot pull this off in spring and summer at all. Fall, yes, not Dubai fall, but elsewhere for sure. Otherwise, the performance projection is like 3 to 4 feet. Longevity is 8+ hours. It'll stay, doesn't go away. This also, like, the moment I smelled it, I was like, this smells like a Bond villain. So I was like, in the celebrity association, I knew I have to like be very careful, because I don't want it to sound wrong to you, but that association needs to be perfect, yeah? Because I do feel this perfume is a little dark and a little villainish. So the celebrity I'm associating this to is Lucifer Safin. That's the Rami Malek who played Lucifer Safin in one of the Bond movies, recent Bond movies. I'm going to give it to him. The color projection for this would be your dark roast coffee. You know, any coffee that's a dark roast, it's that deep, it's that dark. I know guys, you were not expecting this from this perfume, but this is the way it smells like. And the temperature, I would say this is warm. It's not hot, it's warm. I'm trying to do justice to all the perfumes like properly, and also for you guys to not freak out, you know. Imagine somebody buys this perfume thinking it's going to be like a toffee, like something like your Latafa's Eclair, and then it turns out to be like this very, very rich, sophisticated, full of the strong aroma of coffee and everything, and you're going to be like, what, you know. Next one is a gorgeous perfume, okay. This is the Tobacco Zero one. I literally visited their stall, their booth for this perfume. Okay, so I made a boo-boo, okay. I thought it'll open like that. Okay, so that's the bottle. It's beautiful. I have the only bottle I have that looks like this is the Amber 07. I'm planning to get the Musk 07 as well. So stunning. Look at the bottle. Oh my word, so gorgeous. And when you see this, you'll be like, yep, it's a masculine fragrance. It is unisex, leaning masculine, for sure. It is not like a girly girl perfume, or it's not even like a perfume that will be like it's feminine and men can wear it. No, it's not. It is definitely a unisex fragrance, but it does lean masculine, especially in the beginning, because you do feel when you first spray it, you're like, this is a masculine fragrance. But as it dries down, and that dry down doesn't take too long, it is more like, it just takes like 7 minutes approximately for it to dry down, and it changes so much, and then you finally have like a very linear perfume afterwards. And that is the part where I feel like it's perfectly suitable for women. And that's where it becomes like that complex, sophisticated perfume that we expect from Swiss Arabian. So Tobacco 01 is an extrait de perfume, which means it's more than 25% concentration. I tried this on my skin. Your skin actually becomes like oily, you know. So if you want an occlusive, don't do that, okay? Don't put this on your face or something just because I said occlusive. But no, it's literally like that. You have like a layer of oil on your skin. It's that thick. This one comes a little more expensive than your Toffee Vanilla. This is for $65 over here in UAE. And I think elsewhere on international websites, I think it's for $75. This is a woody oriental. Let me tell you the notes so you can understand what I'm gonna say like soon about the perfume. The top notes are plum, apple, cumin, pink pepper and licorice. Middle notes of labdanum, amber, ylang ylang and patchouli. And the base notes of musk, cashmere, honey, vanilla, sandalwood and tobacco. Now I know what you will think. I know it's not sounding exactly like your khamra or one of those perfumes. No, it's not. It's nothing like that at all. Okay, first of all, I know this perfume is very pricey, but you know, if I like a perfume, I'm gonna sing praises of it. It's just a very, very beautiful fragrance. I actually kind of fell in love with it, and I sprayed like 2 sprays yesterday, and when I came home I could still smell it on me prominently. I did try a couple of other perfumes as well, but this one was the one that like stuck. You need to wait like a few minutes, like 1 or 2 minutes after you spray. Don't just stick your nose to it, because you will definitely get put off with it, because initially it smells very, very masculine. And this perfume is very non-linear. It changes drastically. Yeah, so just give it a little while for it to settle down. Now I'm going to dissect this perfume as well as I can, because just like Opulence of Dubai, which is a very difficult perfume to explain, this again is a very, very tough perfume to explain, because it's very perfumey. It doesn't specifically smell like something. For example, in the opening you have plum and apple. They're not like juicy plum or juicy apple. They have like this faint sweetness of the plum and apple being kept on the counter, and they're ripe and you can smell it. You didn't cut it or you didn't bite on it or something. It's just that smell of them sitting on the table is kind of like that. But the perfume initially is 10% of this apple and plum. 10%, yeah? And everything else is the 90%. So the fruits are like ever so slightly sweet, not really overwhelming, and it's very well balanced because it has that pink pepper in the opening. You also kind of smell that labdanum right from the start, which is why I feel it gives you that masculine feel. Of course, and then you have your pink pepper as well, you know, you have your cumin and lots of notes that like give you the feeling that it's a masculine perfume. But just wait and just let it settle down. The labdanum is giving it like that slight mild animalic, sweet animalic note. It's like a sweet leather kind of note, but very, very mild. There's no leather mentioned over here. If you're feeling like that leather or animalic nature is coming out, it's because of the labdanum. And then all the notes kind of like merge together. You have your ylang ylang, you have some sweet resins, you have this warm cashmere, earthy patchouli, your creamy sandalwood, your honey, and of course like your vanilla. But the honey and vanilla are in moderation, so it's not like bothering me at all. Honey especially is a note that can bother me and things can go south real quick. It's not. And then finally the tobacco reveals itself, and this is probably one of the best tobaccos have had pleasure of smelling. It's a sweet tobacco leaf and it is not very prominent. As a matter of fact, if you smell this perfume, you would probably not take it for a tobacco perfume. It's just a very beautifully blended perfume, and this is what I like about Swiss Arabian perfumes. You cannot identify notes, you cannot like really tell what you're smelling when, but throughout the perfume journey, you get hints of some certain things and you're like, I can kind of smell this, I can kind of smell that, you know. Over here, it's like that cashmere and the labdanum and your tobacco, all of it together with some sweet notes and a little bit of spices. Beautiful. And by the way, both these perfumes from Swiss Arabian are not blind buys. These are not blind buys. You need to try them first because they are very, very, very unique. The Tobacco 01 is like very, very sophisticated. It kind of smells like old money, you know. Like I expect like a very bougie rich person to wear this, you know. So this is unisex leaning masculine. Men, I suppose, can wear this anywhere, but for women, I feel I can wear this during events or some high-profile event. Yeah, for sure, it has to be somewhere I need to make an impact, like I need to stand out, and I would wear this only when I need to stand out. The Middle Easternness in this is like mild. Projection is like 3 to 4 feet. Longevity 8+ hours. This was stronger than the vanilla toffee vanilla. This guy, till now, I can smell it in my house. I came home last night and I'm telling you, I think I sprayed 1 or 2 sprays max. And my entire house started smelling of this perfume. So in terms of longevity, when I tell you it's 8+ hours, it could be 24 hours, it could be 48 hours, right? 8+ is like, just go for it if you want like a very, very highly performing perfume. Now this one, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. The only reason that I'm not giving this a 10 out of 10, because yesterday, initially I didn't feel the same thing about it, but yesterday, on my clothes especially, after 6 hours, the perfume started getting that stale note. The dry down started feeling like the stale old books, but also like, I don't know what that stale smell is, but you guys know I've mentioned it so many times, you know, in my videos. After 6 hours, that stale note came in, and that kind of was like, okay, I don't want to have that smell on me because it does smell like something went wrong with the perfume. But again, I need to try this more because I could be wrong. Maybe it was something to do with me. I don't know. But you know what? I'm going to try it again and I'm going to tell you, because I'm going to be wearing this perfume left, right and center. I really like it. Personally, like, I don't mind actually wearing it today because we have some Diwali celebrations in the office today, and that's why I'm wearing a little bit like of fancy clothes. But probably I'll wear this today because I would want to like stand out amongst the crowd. So yeah, I'll keep you posted on this one. But right now, let's give it a 9 out of 10. And the celebrity I thought of was like Hugh Jackman, but not as Wolverine. Think of Hugh Jackman as the person he is. He's very friendly. It's a completely different personality than what you see on television, right? And the color perception for this is like, it's called umber. It's kind of like this color, you know, and I think they chose the right color for this. The temperature for this perfume is neutral. It's kind of like sometimes you feel it's going towards hot, sometimes you feel it's going towards cold, but I think it's absolutely neutral. It's in the middle. Let me go through Musk Pour Amber again, because the last two perfumes are quite strong and I don't want to get nose blind after that, you know. So you guys know I received the Musk Pour Amber from Khadlaj a while ago. I have been wearing this, you can see. Okay, it's not a lot, but I've been wearing this quite a bit. Even in their stall, when I went there, I just started spraying this. This is an inspiration, let's just call it that, of guidance. Now, if you know, I have Bain Al Asrar from Paris Corner as well. And I got this like tangy, weird, like fruit smell, which bothered me. Although the dry down of that is gorgeous. This one has the fruits in the opening, but it's exactly like the Guidance perfume. It just has a little bit of a heavier musk, I feel. Now you do feel those fruits in the opening. That's the pear with bergamot. It's pear with bergamot. And that kind of is giving you this sourish pear, you know. It's just that in the opening, and then the perfume starts changing. So it opens very, very fruity, but then ultimately becomes this very beautiful floral, powdery, yet creamy and a little nutty perfume. This again is a very, very deceitful perfume, because when it opens, the way you expect the perfume to be and perform throughout the day does not. It changes, it becomes a completely different perfume, as a matter of fact. Once the bergamot and pear, they dry down, the hazelnut starts revealing itself. And this beautiful nuttiness comes in. You know, hazelnut is so different from all the other nuts, right? And I really like that. I really like the fact that they incorporated like hazelnut with florals and fruits in this way. The pear and bergamot, by the way, they're quite synthetic in the opening. And this again is like a perfumey perfume. So all the florals as well, when they come in, you can't really identify whether it's rose, whether it's jasmine, like what is it. But I can feel like it's a combination of rose for sure, because I can feel the mixture of bergamot, pear and rose all together. Within a couple of minutes, I can smell it. The top notes for this are pear, bergamot and frankincense. In the middle, you have hazelnut, rose and jasmine sambac, and base notes of vanilla and cedar wood. So it's supposed to be a very basic perfume, right? Like it's very like, it's like few notes, and how does it smell like this then, right? This is definitely like a classic kind of perfume. It's a perfume that a woman who is well sorted, but this is definitely like a soft woman energy, like soft feminine, not a dark feminine. It gives out a very, very classic vibe. It has to be somebody who's very classy. She knows how to dress up. She knows how to impress people, manage. She can be a little flirtatious, but at the same time, she knows how to keep her distance, you know. It's very, very beautiful. I really like this perfume, by the way. First of all, the bottle is ultra stunning. I have the other bottle somewhere over there, up there. By the way, you guys were asking me, how do I arrange my perfumes? I don't. It's like as chaotic as I am. It's literally, okay, maybe that's Khadlaj and that's Latafa, but then I try to put all the Paris corners over here, and then you have your Swiss Arabian and other brands, and then you have other stuff. It just all got mixed up and muddled up. So I'm gonna, one of these, I know I keep saying it, one of these days I'll do it, I'll fix it. I'll try to arrange it in either brand wise, or it's not actually working out brand wise, because the Latafa one is like bending now because their bottles are so heavy. This to me is a very comforting scent. I cannot explain how it smells like right now. I can smell like that fruitiness like fading away, but it's there in the background till the end. It's going to be there in the dry down as well. But then your flowers with your vanilla, with your hazelnut, it's a very weird concoction. It's powdery, creamy, floral, fruity, all at the same time. This is a perfume which will make you feel pretty wherever you want to go. Whether it's for running chores, whether you want to go to office, you can wear it. If you're going hanging out with your friends, if you're going for brunch, if you're going for a first date, for example. But it should be a daytime. I feel this is more like a daytime fragrance. Like I would rather not wear this at night. You can, it definitely is absolutely fine, but I feel it'll like shine better during the daytime. Plus it's all weather, so you can wear this like literally anytime. There's no Middle Eastern vibe in this. Projection is like around 2 feet, you know, depending on how much you spray it, it'll project more. Longevity I would say is like around 7 hours, but I want to give it some time. Again, it's a brand new bottle, so let's give it some time. Right now I feel it lasts 7 hours and then it becomes like a creamy, musky scent on your skin. To me, this is a 10 out of 10. It's a gorgeous fragrance. I will continue wearing this. It's something I'll just grab, you know, because it's just like easy perfume. You want to feel pretty, you grab it and just wear it. Plus it's distinct. It's different from like all the perfumes I have. It's not your typical floral. The celebrity, I wanted to give it to somebody who is classic, so I thought of Michelle Williams. She was the one who played Monroe, you know. I think it was called A Day with Monroe or A Week with Monroe, something like that. But you know how she was in that, kind of like reminds me of her. And the color association, I kind of already had done it in the last video, although I said I will not. It's dusty pink. Like I know they have done like a gold pink, but yeah, kind of like the dusty pink, you know. I'll put a picture somewhere over here for you guys. And the temperature of this one, I would say again is neutral. It's not warm or cold, but it's definitely not cold. Next, we have two very interesting perfumes from Paris Corner. It's actually from their branch called Ministry of Gourmand. Now, if you remember, I had mentioned this to you guys that when they teased us with this Ministry of Gourmand, I was like, oh my word, they're actually releasing an entire line of like gourmand fragrances. So this is first of its kind. So you have the Tiramisu Speculoos and then you have your Banana Bliss. I'm going to start with the Tiramisu Speculoos, which is the one I prefer. And Banana Bliss, I'll tell you why I am a little, you know. The packaging is, I think it's beautiful. Let me just put it properly. Yeah, that's the packaging. Opens up like that, yeah. And the bottle, okay, I know everybody is in two minds about it. I kind of love the bottle. I just wish this, it's like a cupcake with a cherry on top. I hope you can see it. It kind of reminds me of the bottle of perfumes which were, specifically there's a perfume that comes to mind. It's called Champagne. I think it was by Yves Saint Laurent. I can't put my finger on. It kind of had something like this on it, you know, on the top. It's reminding me of that. But the bottle, I feel like without the cap, it's like very, very beautiful. I wish like there was like a different kind of thing. Plus this is a very, very plasticky and very, very thin plastic, which is why everybody's like kind of like put off with this. Plus the cherry, I get it why they did it, but I feel it's not matching the vibe of this perfume. But forget about the cap. Let's talk about the perfume, because the perfume, I love it. I like it so much. This one, okay, let's again wait for the opening to settle down a little bit. I also want to tell you that this is a Paris Corner perfume, so you need to allow it to chill. By the way, when you spray it, it does come on this cap a little bit. Can you see that? You know, so just be careful because it might start peeling and stuff. So that's another problem with this packaging. This is only for $35 and it's a gourmand. Let me tell you the notes first before I start talking about it. The top note is coffee and cinnamon. Heart note is creamy vanilla and cocoa. And the base note is musk. That's it. So it's just your coffee, cinnamon, cocoa, vanilla, musk. It feels like something you want to put in your mouth. When I smell it, it smells like a pastry shop. It smells, it kind of smells to me, actually, to be honest with you. You know, if there's a cinnamon, I don't know if you know what cinnamon is, right? It's the cinnamon rolls, you know, but there's a brand over here that sells it. It's called Cinnabon, and you can smell it like from far away. Like if there's a cinnamon store anywhere near you, you can smell it. And only people who have actually smelled it will know what I mean. It reminds me of those cinnamon rolls, but not that strongly and not that cloyingly. It's a wearable version of the cinnamon roll. Also, it's very linear from the start to finish. So that initial 1-2 minutes wait, just like that's the part where it changes a little bit. That's just for the perfume to settle down and oxidize in the air, right? After that, it just stays linear. It stays the same. I don't know, there's nothing much to talk about this perfume except for the fact that it smells like cinnamon rolls, but like a wearable version. It literally smells like the pastry bread you've spread like vanilla cream, then you've sprinkled some cinnamon, you've sprinkled some cocoa powder, not chocolate, cocoa powder, and then you've like rolled it and you baked it. You know what's so good about this perfume? It's not heady, it's not too sweet, it is not like cloying, it's not going to choke you out. This is a perfume I can wear on its own. I can layer it with other perfumes. Like for example, the first layering combination, I don't know why it came to mind, but a mild floral with this one would change this perfume completely. I can also add like a heavier perfume like Eclair to it and make it more like edible and warm. The temperature of this perfume right now is like warm. It also smells dry. It does not smell wet or gooey or sticky, or the texture for it is like very dry. It's like powdery dry, you know. Actually, let me not use the word powdery because then you'll think of it as being powdery. It just smells very, very dry. Guys, I literally don't know what to say about this perfume. I'm trying to like figure out words that will like, you know, make you feel how it smells like. But literally think of like the pastry bread with spread with vanilla cream, sprinkle of cinnamon, sprinkle of cocoa powder. That's it. That's what this perfume is. Of course, with the base of musk in it for longevity's sake. And for that added creaminess and sweetness. It's a beautiful fragrance. This is very, very feminine. It projects for like 2 to 3 feet. Longevity, I would say, is like 7 hours. It keeps reducing, but you will still smell it throughout the day. But you know, it will stay very close to your skin. But let's say to be on the safe side, 7 hours. No Middle Eastern vibe at all. You can wear this during winter. Not even, fall, winter, I suppose. So right now, when it's cooler, you can wear this perfume for sure. The celebrity that came to my mind immediately, I know this is probably going to be not very tasteful for people, but Martha Stewart, you know, only she can come up with like some kind of like delicious pastry or cake or something that smells very nice and not cloying the way this perfume smells like. And the color projection for this would be a light coffee color, almost like a beige, but like going towards the coffee. You know, I'll try to put a picture for you. I will put a picture for you over here. And the temperature, I already told you, it's warm. Now last but not the least, we have the Banana Bliss. It's the same packaging. That's the packaging. Opens like that and like that. It's the same bottle, but you can make out from the juice. The Banana Bliss is the dark one and this is but the bottle is exactly, absolutely the same. It says Ministry of Gourmand on the logo, and then you have like your names of the perfume. Let me give you a disclaimer before I tell you about this perfume. I am not very fond of bananas. I don't like eating bananas. I don't like the smell of bananas. I don't like banana bread. I don't like banana pudding. I don't like anything that has banana in it. I don't like banana chewing gum. Is one of the worst perfumes I'll put perfumes. It's one of the worst chewing gums I'll put in my mouth. I would never eat anything remotely close to banana. I don't like banana candy. As a kid, I used to eat it a lot. I used to eat like maybe 2 to 3 bananas a day. It was weird. I used to have banana candy like all the time. We also used to have like banana pudding and stuff made at home. Banana bread a lot when you go out especially. This smells like banana bread. I'm trying not to put this on my nose because it smells very different the closer you bring it to your nose. That's when this perfume becomes unbearable for me. But right now it's smelling exactly like banana bread. Let me tell you the notes for this. The top note is banana. In the heart you have coconut and cream. Then you have the base notes of vanilla, sugar and tonka bean. Again, very, very simple. Have you tried the banana cookies? Also it has coconut in it. Think of those banana cookies, but then you added like cream filling, you know, and then you ate it. It smells like that. But the best way of saying it is probably like banana bread. It smells like banana bread. It is definitely a very unique perfume. I don't have anything in my collection that smells of banana. It'll stand out for sure in the crowd if you wear this perfume. It's just that my preference with banana, I don't like banana too much, so I don't want to smell like banana. I like smelling it on other people, but personally, I would not wear it, you know. Also, this perfume, don't spray it and smell it close to your nose because it gives you this hit of you know how you feel like when you smell like a strong spirit or something? and you kind of get overwhelmed. You get the same feeling from this one. So don't directly put it to your nose, because if you put it to your nose, you will hate the perfume. So smell it like I'm smelling it in the air. I literally, if you notice, not once did I bring the strip to my nose, you know. Also, in the complete dry down, I detected the same sharp green cilantro kind of scent that I get in Wu Patisserie, but it does not like hurt and hit that hard. In Wu Patisserie, it's unbearable. In this, I can feel it. I don't know why it happens. Like, I need to really figure it out, how and why that thing happens, but I'm assuming it's some kind of synthetic note that is giving that smell to certain people. I know everybody doesn't get that cilantro smell, but to my nose I can smell it, especially in like 1 or 2 hours it starts smelling like that. So that greenness comes in very, very strongly. If I put this on my nose right now, I'll smell the cilantro immediately. Yep, there you go. See? And this is again not a safe blind buy. You really need to like absolutely be in love with pure gourmands, like true gourmands. Only then will you like a perfume like this. Now, Tiramisu Speculoos, I feel Wu Patisserie should have been that perfume, you know. I know it was supposed to be a dupe for Italica, but this one is just so much more wearable, so much more prettier. So I don't have anything against this kind of genre. You know I love my gourmands, but the bakery kind of sense, it needs to be done really, really well. It cannot get heady at all. Projection, 3 to 4 feet, longevity 8+ hours. It's unlimited, just like too much, you know. That's why I'm telling you, spray like one spray at intervals if you want to keep it fresh. Honestly, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. 7, I'm being a little generous because for me, I cannot wear this perfume. But I know a lot of people are going to enjoy this perfume. That's why I'm telling you, from the beginning, I gave you a disclaimer. Please don't come for me in the comments. I just personally don't like it, but I know a lot of people will love it. Also, because I don't like this perfume a lot, I could not associate this with any celebrity. I can give it a color association though. This is like a brownish green for me. And the temperature for this is warm. So that's all for today, guys. This was like a little haul I did. If you notice, I'm not wearing my microphones. I'm recording on my camera. So I just hope that it's recorded properly, and I hope that it will not be too disturbing for you guys to hear other noises. But my microphone failed me during the event, and actually it was not during the event. I came home and for some odd reason it just stopped working on all the devices. It's picking up signals. It's a Rode mic, which is not like just like any mic. It's a good mic. I can see it's like picking up signals from the transmitters, right? You can see it on the receiver. But when you connect it to any devices like my Sony camera or for my iPhone, it just does not read the audio. So very strange. Anyhow, it's gone for repairs, and I hope they'll be able to fix it, because otherwise I'll be hit by like a big bill, you know, of buying a new one. So let's hope that like I get it back. So that's all for today, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.